What's going on, beautiful sunshining motherfuckers? It's your boy, JusJrdn here with A Moment with Jay.
I just wanted to hop on the mic and say, I know the world been a little chaotic and everything. I just wanted to check and make sure everything good in the hood like sure, you know what I mean? Say out of the fam. Okay, let's get to work.
That was an alright one, you know what I'm saying?
what
That
you
was an
lost?
alright one. Not the best of intros today. I'm feeling a little low energy today. I don't know what it's been the last few days. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like I've been sleeping all right. I feel like I've been eating well. I feel like I've been caffeinated well. I just feel like I haven't been able to wake up. I have been training relatively, like, really hard though. I think my body's just a little beat up and I need a little bit more rest than I'm giving it. But we're going to start the day on a high note. There's few things that I've been excited about as of late, but just good art, and of anything. So I've challenged myself recently just to help with some inspiration to what I got to do every week now is I set a goal for, because I found that I was watching a lot of bullshit TV, a lot of bullshit, just mindlessly doom scrolling and more than usual. A little bit of that stuff's good. I go hard every day. So, reading and such. But I felt that recently I've been doing a lot more doom scrolling and getting lost in my phone and shit. So what I've decided is to, a couple of things. 5 albums every week. So I got to listen to 5 albums. I got to watch 5 movies or short films. And then 1 book and 1 song needs to be finished. I write lots of songs every week, but 1 song needs to be finished every week. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm happy with these requirements of things that I want to do moving forward. On top of that, I also will be, I know some of y'all listen to this on Spotify, but for the YouTube listeners, I will be also launching a live podcast every Friday. So every Friday morning is what it's going to be set. Probably not this week, but probably next week. I'll be doing a live podcast, which is more of like a live stream. Yeah, just to try to help boost this channel a little bit more. Well, I'll be streaming live on YouTube just by itself. Eventually, I'll be bringing people on for that as well. And yeah, on top of that, I'll have a membership. I know I was talking about this on the podcast before with Ella, but I did look into it some more, and I am working on some things on the back end, and I will be launching a membership on my YouTube channel as well, where you can subscribe, and there'll be different levels, and you'll get different perks for different levels. We're just really trying to grow this channel, and yeah, I'm putting a lot into it. I'm working on some music videos that I'm shooting that I'm super excited about. I am finishing up Olympus 2, which is the second part of the album. So there's lots of cool stuff going on in that regard. But like I was saying, I don't get excited about a lot of art or a lot of things very often. Well, kind of. But there's 2 things that I get super excited for. It's when my favorite musicians drop albums, and it's when my favorite authors drop motherfucking books, specifically audiobooks. And so my motherfucking dude, I'm also impressed with myself. If you're watching in the videos, you see the smooth transition from there. Look at this nice little background to ooh, look at that. It's so seamless. I'm getting better at working the computer and figuring things out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, a year of doing the podcast. Obviously, I'm learning how to do things a little bit better. But anyway, so we got the motherfucker here, man. You've heard me talk about many of his books before, like The Daily Stoic, but this one, Right Thing, Right Now, by Ryan Holiday. So it's like a series of 4 books, um, and it has to do with kind of like old school virtues, which he kind of goes over. So I woke up this morning. I got the alert because I had pre-ordered this book pretty much as soon as you could pre-order this book. I was like, I want to read this motherfucker as soon as possible. I love these books, man. They just are so what I'm all about. You know what I'm saying? And the books are based around justice, courage, wisdom, and temperance. And those are like the 4 main virtues that are from the ancient world, but are also kind of, I think those are also called the cardinal virtues. So, anyways, I get the notification and I'm like, okay, I gotta listen to this thing first thing in the morning. So I wake up this morning, I go for like a 20-minute walk so I can throw on the audiobook, and it's fantastic already. It's he starts with so many good points, but he says, a harp player is a harp player because one plays the harp. Same goes for someone who's virtuous. A virtuous person acts virtuously, and it's just like it's books like this, and it's that get me motivated, that get me hyped, that get me inspired, that get me grounded on my virtues and such. Yesterday, if y'all don't know, I released a daily vlog, 1 meal a day with Jay, where I am eating 1 meal a day for a year in hopes to lose 50 pounds to get to about 175 pounds, and that's what we've been doing. We've lost like 33 pounds. We got another 25-ish pounds to go. I know that math works out to be like 55 pounds or something, but it's something in the ballpark of that. And so the other couple days, again, and this is kind of it's all tying together. It all kind of ties together. Is I've been distracted, and one of the reasons why I think I've been so distracted is because I've lost focus on not what my goals are. My goals are very clear. I'm putting out Olympus 2. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get shredded. I'm trying to help take care of my family. I'm trying to help grow my own income. I'm trying to give as much. My goals are very, very straightforward. But it was the why behind these things. Here, let me switch up this camera view like that. I love the transition like that. Oh my God, I'm becoming a motherfucking, not only a podcast host, but a motherfucking podcast producer too, Anyways, what was I saying? The whys. And I talk about this in one of the vlogs I posted last week too, is I'm feeling highly motivated, especially going to the gym. That's why I'm feeling so tired recently too, is because I'm fucking going balls to the wall at the gym. And so it's left me kind of exhausted. Because my body, I haven't been going this hard, this consistently in a while. But those whys, and so I sat down and I was meditating, and I was really going through my goals, and I was like, why do I want to get shredded? Why do I want to put this album out that's been so challenging to put out? It's like I picked a task that was very hard to do. And it's stressful, and it stresses me out, and I freaking get anxious about it, I think that's one thing about me too is people think that I don't get anxious and I don't get mad and I don't get all these things, and I do all the time. I just don't, really let it affect my outward interior. I don't like to. One of my favorite quotes ever is I can't remember exactly what it's from, but I know it's in the Daily Stoic, and this is why I love Ryan Holiday and all of his stuff. And it's what's the quote now? It's never be heard complaining, not even by yourself, not even to yourself. And this is one thing that eats away at me when I've been, there's one thing when you just like talking shop with the boys, or you're with your siblings, your family, and you're just fucking bitching. It's a little bit different when it's just like part of conversation. But when there's times where I'm complaining and I'm being negative and shit, and I hate it. Eats up at me. It eats up at me because I'm like, this is not the person I want to be. I hate that when people just complaining. Oh man, that's one way to get me to never hang out with you, never talk with you, man. There's so many people, I just can't vibe with that life. And this leads me to another conversation. Hold on, let me write this down. Because I've been feeling this weird wave of fatigue again because I'm training so hard. And I went to record the podcast yesterday, actually, instead of right now today. And I just had to like not do it. I was so tired. I was just not in the mood. And even today, maybe it was just because of how it went yesterday. I was like, I don't really have anything to talk about. I don't, which is not the truth. I have a whole thing on this other screen about things I want to talk about. I don't always make I always kind of have like notes and a main thing I want to talk about and whatnot. It was just such a weird thing yesterday and today where I was feeling like, why am I doing the podcast? Like now I'm not really feeling the vibe of it, and but I feel better now that I'm in it. It's like a workout, It's like sometimes just showing up to the motherfucking gym and just like you're in your car, you're outside the gym, you're like, fuck, I don't want to do this today, man. Fuck. That's how it was with the podcast and yesterday and today. And I don't know, man. But now we started flowing and going, and I'm feeling much better about it. So that's super hype. But yesterday I was at the gym, and after I finished the workout, okay. So let me. I finished the workout. So I did what did I even train yesterday? Back and biceps, and then I hit the Stairmaster, and then I got changed, showered. Now I'm walking into the pool to hit the sauna at the gym. And for some reason, I don't know what the fuck it is. It was just like the way I moved, and while I was walking to the sauna, and I'm almost at the sauna, I'm opening the door, and it's just the way I moved. I felt like I ripped my shorts, like right down the booty cheeks, right in the middle. I feel like I ripped my trunks, my shorts that I'm wearing. And I get instantly like, uh-oh. So I go and I sit down in the sauna. Nervous because the pool's packed today. The pool's packed. The gym was packed. It was all busy and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, oh no, what the fuck? What the fuck am I gonna do? What the fuck am I gonna do? What if the sauna's packed? I can't like grab my ass to like check. I'm nervous to stand, so I'm sitting in the sauna and I'm like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We'll wait in the sauna until everyone's gone, and then we'll check and make sure that there's no hole And I'm like, okay, we'll just try to relax and we'll sit because I sit in the sauna for a while. I was only going for like 20 minutes today, but I've sat in that sauna for 45 minutes an hour. But it's hard. The saunas at the gym with the humidity and stuff, it's hard, man. So I'm sitting at the motherfucking. So and usually 20 minutes, 30 minutes, most people come and gone and it's no problem. But the sauna, the pool, everything is bumping today. And it's like a Monday morning, So I was really like, where the fuck? Why is all these people here? All right. So it gets to the point where I'm in the sauna for like, I don't know, 30 minutes or something. And it's really hot and I'm really exhausted from this workout. So I'm dying. I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet. If I got holes in my trunks, I got holes in my trunks, but I gotta get out of this fucking sauna before I pass out, So I get up and I'm so tired at this point. I don't even give a fuck. Get up, go, and I sit outside the sauna right away because I'm like, okay, I got a distance from the sauna. If people see me in the sauna, whatever the fuck, whatever the fuck. But it's like kids and shit in the pool, And so I sit down and I'm exhausted. I'm just trying to catch my breath, and I'm like, okay, we'll reevaluate when things get when I finally freaking kind of come back to it, So I get out there and some other dude by the name of Carlos comes and sits down beside me. And, a man's in his 50s and we get to chit chatting for a while and we have this awesome conversation. This dude from the Middle East or something. And he talks about, how Canada is not perfect, but it's great and the color of your skin doesn't matter. And I told him this line. It's one of my favorite Bob Marley's lines. And I said, a man's skin color should be of no more significance than the color of his eyes. And I always thought that was a beautiful Bob Marley line. And anyway, so me and this man talk about gratitude and all this stuff about life. We're probably talking for about 20 minutes, and then he gets up to go to sauna, and I get up to leave. And I stood up, and I go to walk away, and I totally forget that I think that I have a rip in my pants, and I take like 4 or 5 steps, and I'm like, oh. And I just remember I grabbed my ass, and luckily there was no hole. No hole in my shorts, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, it was I just remember walking back to the change room. Then I I changed and stuff, and I examined my shorts once I took them off, and I was like, oh man, that was a stressful time for no reason. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's been a kind of a wild whirlwind, but lots of I'm feeling very inspired by art right now, and I just want to consume and learn, and I feel like I was getting kind of lazy there with gathering inspiration and such. So I really yeah. Anyways, there's so many things I want to talk about here. And, I think I'm going to keep this episode a little bit shorter today. But, what do I want to touch on right now? This is one thing I've been really into running lately. And one thing I was curious on is why a marathon is the length that it is. Why are marathons 26 point? I just I had some friends that were running marathons, and so yeah, this was one thing I wanted just to look up on the podcast. You know, last time we looked up like the ice cream shit and the ice cream man shit, and it was fucking turned out it was racist. Uh, let's see here. Why are marathons? This is from 20. So you want a really long race that eventually will attract the best runners from around the world. Unlike other races with boring names like the mile and the 400-meter, with the well-defined distances, your race commemorates an ancient Greek town with an unusual route totaling somewhere from okay. So it seems like it was a town. Well, if you're Pierre de something, founder of the International Olympic Committee of the Modern Olympics, this was exactly the plan for a marathon at the 1896 Olympics in Athens. The Olympic Games actually inspired the first Boston Marathon, with which culminated on April 19th, 1897. That's how long the Boston Marathon's been going on for? Holy shit. In a nod to Greek history, the first marathon commemorated the run of the soldier. I don't know how to say that name. Some soldier fitted to Bipedus from a battlefield near the town of Marathon, Greece, to Athens in 490 BC. According to legend, Bididipidibus, I have no idea how to say his name, man, ran the approximate 25 miles to announce the defeat of the Persians to some anxious Athenians. Not quite in the mid-season shape, he delivered the message, Nicky, victory, then kneeled over and died. Oh, shit. So whatever the dude's name was, organized the first marathon bridge to the Olympic Stadium in Athens, a distance of 24.85 miles or 40,000 meters. A Greek postal worker won the race in 2 hours and 58 minutes, finishing 7 minutes ahead of the pack. Of the 25 entrants, only 9 runners hit the finish line. Wow. After 1896, the next few Olympic marathons varied in distance, with the idea that as long as all the runners ran the same course, there was no need to keep the distance exactly the same. For the 1908 London Olympics, the course was laid out from Windsor Castle to the White City Stadium, about 26 miles. However, to locate the finish line in front of the royal family's viewing box, the extra 385 yards was added inside the stadium, hence the marathon's tradition of yelling "God save the Queen" in the last mile, which I didn't know they did. Despite the success of the first race, it took 13 more years of arguing before the International Amateur Athletic Federation adopted the 1908 distance as the official marathon. In fact, the first 7 modern Olympics were 6 different distances. Today, there are more than 500 organized marathons in 500 organized marathons in 64 countries around the world each year, and more than 425,000 marathon finishers in the United States alone. Many of these veterans will tell you the first 26 miles are easy. It's the last quarter mile that will kill you. That is wild. Okay, see, this is why we do stuff on the podcast like that. You know what I'm saying? That was so interesting to hear about. It was from the motherfucker. That is I mean, I'm kind of floored about. Well, while we're talking about the Olympics here, look at this event, man. For those of you who can't see, man, visually impaired runner Libby Clegg, man, and Chris Clark ran wrist to wrist, perfectly in sync. So it's 2 people running. One girl's got like a stuff on her eyes, and the other dude is running, and it is phenomenal.
Going into the final straight, it's Libby Clegg for Great Britain. at 5. It looks like it's going to be Libby Clegg's night. She's going to do the double, and she's done it in 24:51. It's a Paralympic record. Gillimina's lost that, but it's gold for Clegg.
That was one thing I saw that I was like, holy shit, that's incredible, man. You know, it's just such a, I couldn't even believe it. I was like, there's no excuse. There is no motherfucking excuse. While we're on I got a bunch of weird videos that I think I'll show y'all, man, that I just kind of been collecting. This one's just funny, man. This one's just funny.
Daughter, of course I'm gonna make fun.
Hold on, let's try this again. I always have video issues with it.
Daughter, of course I'm gonna make fun of you for being bald.
My daughter's a real bitch.
That's not. We're dad and daughter. Of course I'm gonna make fun of you for being bald.
My daughter's a real bitch.
That's not.
That one made me fucking crack up, bro. That one made me fucking crack up. I also actually, let's listen. Man, I love Dusty Slade, bro. I love.
The other day wearing a shirt that said nice guys finish last. And I was like, man, I wish that were true, because it would be easy to find like a good group of friends, you know? You just start going to any competitive event and you go, hey, who finished last here? And then you go talk to that person and invite them over, because, you know, they'll be nice. You know, they'll be a nice guy. So I wish that were true, you know? I don't really know what the shirt's trying to say, that you have to be not nice to win. I don't know what that means. I don't understand the shirt. The guy didn't look like, you know, like a huge winner or whatever. So I don't know, but I wish it were true though. I saw a guy the other day wearing a shirt that said nice guys.
My favorite part is he's like, the guy didn't look like a real winner. Oh, this was another thing that this guy, I don't want to talk about that. That gets too into fucking but I watched this weird video. Not weird video. I watched this video of and I know it sounds weird. America versus Canadian McDonald's. It's totally different. Yeah, and this got 1.7 million views, and it was from 4 years ago. It's not even new. But why I wanted to bring it up is essentially these two guys, one of them's American, this guy, one of them's Canadian, and they live right across the bridge from each other in yeah, I don't even know where the freaking. Oh my God, I just saw that Tim Dillon is on Joe Rogan. I cannot wait to watch that. Episode 2162. Tim Dillon's fucking hilarious. Anyways, what I thought was so interesting was these guys were talking about like the quality of the meat and how they take a bite of the Big Mac first, and the food, and you know, they give it up to the States, which, you know, is irrelevant really, but they talk about how different it is, you know, how different the quality of the meat is. And then they also talked about the difference in food items that they have. And McDonald's in Canada has, like, you know, this whole, and again, things are different now, I'm sure, but, you know, there was all these items that the States didn't have, and Canada had, or the States only had like one or two items that we didn't have. But it was just making me think about how different culture can be, even from parts that are so close. Like, you know, the line between Canada and the US is invisible. And I know this is kind of like a cliche bullshit thing to kind of talk about, but I've just been thinking about it so much lately, how birds don't see borders, when they're flying in the sky and they're migrating from place to place. They're not concerned about if it's Canada or the US or Mexico or somewhere in South America. And it just made me think about how culture is such an interesting thing, because so much of it is in our heads. It's like, oh, there's certain rules here, but you cross that lake, there's different rules there, and it's just such a weird world that we live in, with so many things are made up. And I say all of this too because there's this concept of taking up space. A lot of people I get hate all the time, because people shitting on the music I make or the videos I put out or whatever. But, I'm allowed to take up space. I'm a human being just like they're a human being. And, they're allowed to take up space too. And, I shouldn't have to feel it's different if I'm impeding and making things worse and bullying and hurting. Man, it's just being in your power and being a person and being like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I don't give a shit what you think, man. I'm allowed to do this. I can take up space like this. It's been I wouldn't say I'm a shy guy necessarily, but I just don't like to make a kerfuffle. I don't like to fucking, and so I'm having this not only for myself more. It's like, yeah, take up space, fucking be in the gym, because I'm a sweaty dude, and sometimes it's embarrassing a little bit. It's like, man, I'm fucking dripping sweat, but I don't give a fuck, man. I was thinking about that the other day. I was getting self-conscious because I'm dripping sweat in the fucking gym, but then I was like, I'm dripping sweat like this because I'm the hardest working motherfucker in this gym, man. It's like, you're gonna sit there and judge me because I'm sweating like a motherfucker? It's because your ass is being lazy. No one's going as hard as me in the motherfucking gym, And it's like, I can take up the space, and that person's allowed to take up the space too if they want to fuck it. That's the one thing though. See, but then if you're sitting on equipment and stuff, yeah, you're taking up space, but you're being a dick, so different, I don't know why I went on this tangent. I feel like I had a better point to make, but that's where we concluded. I also want to talk about the background. If you're just listening, obviously you can't hear the background, which is hilarious. There was something about just I wanted the sky, I wanted the clouds. There was a past episode when I was doing the backgrounds all the time where I wanted to where there was one where I was in the clouds. I couldn't find that exact one, but I found this one, and I was like, yeah, this'll do. This is a nice vibe. And I also wanted to wear this little robot necklace, man. I think that with the black I just think it's popping. Like, visually right now, I think this podcast is looking sick, and then I got this fucking, we getting there slowly. This is, still a growing phase and everything with it, but I'm excited to see where everything goes. And yeah, so I'm not gonna bring the backgrounds back for everything, but every once in a while, I think I'm gonna pop these in again. I do like the vibe it's giving off. I think it's sick. I think it's fresh. So I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what the channel turns into. I'm still grinding to get these vinyls done for Olympus. So please, if you can, go pre-order one. And yeah, I got tons and tons of music, and stay posted. I got the live podcast coming through. Yeah, I just wanted to do a short little episode this week, just because I got lots of stuff that I'm working on in the background, And I'll be rolling them all out soon, hopefully before the end of this month. I hope to have everything kind of fired up and in line so I can kind of coast through the summer with a kind of a new schedule here. And also, I hope to get shredded as fuck. It's cool to see the people in my life taking their fitness and their health seriously. It's nice to see everyone on their fitness and health grind. Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there so I don't start rambling too much. I know it's a short episode, some longer ones are coming. We got all kinds of crazy shit like I've been talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna stay shredded here. I'm gonna continue to get shredded. Sorry, I'm gonna probably go have another motherfucking coffee, edit this up real quick, and then get on the grind. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, more love, more success. I hope you have a beautiful week. This has been A Moment with Jay.